Let me just go ahead and tell you guys how I did what I did today. First, I start off on the 1 hour chart, marked out all my liquidity, and same thing, pretty much they were both the same, NQ and like ES today. So like I'm gonna just use NQ as an example because that's the index that I took the trade on. So another thing to like keep in mind, right? The overall aspect of where price was at was that we were in a bearish SMT, but this was overall, like this was really high time frame, right? So maybe for like swing traders, this would have been a thing to keep in mind, but not for me because I'm like more short term. Although we did have this SMT, NQ was lower, ES was higher. Whatever. What do you notice here? We have a lot of low resistance, high time frame liquidity to the upside, and to the downside, there's nothing. Literally the only target I had to the downside was this equilibrium of this range from this to this. This was a 4 hour equilibrium. But the thing is that that's pretty much not likely to happen. So I had a pretty clear bullish bias today. Now let's go into the lower time frames to confirm this. First up, let's take a look at what the session liquidity did. Asian session, it manipulated towards one direction. Same with London session, right? So we took out the lows of Asian session, but we left the highs of Asian session and the highs of London session resting in the middle of all of these 1 hour highs. So ideally when something like this happens, I'm waiting to see for like an SMT down here to confirm the bias even more so that we can push higher. Because the manipulation like happened. London was manipulation. This could be a New York pre-market continuation. This could be a New York AM session continuation of what happened during New York pre-market. Here, usually what happens in the beginning is like the manipulation part. Let's zoom into the 1 minute time frame. The market opens, just craziness, wicks in one direction, wicks in the other direction, just, yeah. I'm waiting. And then we have this as our manipulation leg. So although we already did manipulate, this was an extra manipulation, which is extra confirmation. Also, a really good thing was while we manipulated, we made a bullish SMT, right? Because on NQ, we took these lows and on ES, we didn't. Here, ES was like somewhere up here. Look, if you guys see this, ES is like here. So ES is higher up. I was bullish on ES here. But the reason I took it on NQ was because, again, I let price play out, right? I'm not going to take the first setup of the day because if I do, right, let's say you took the inverse of this, then you see price. What does price do? It manipulates all the way down and then stops you out. I was waiting for price and then I see this, another leg down right here. Price makes another bullish SMT, a 1 minute bullish SMT off these lows. ES is lower, still confirming the bullish bias. ES on the 5 minute time frame has a broken structure to the upside. It has maintained that structure, and although NQ hasn't, I'm looking at ES and I'm looking at the overall bias, and since my bias is being confirmed so much, then I'm willing to take a trade. So from here, all I'm waiting to see happen is we have this this is the break where the break of structure would happen. I didn't enter yet. I want to see this, what happened on this fair value gap, and then we get 949, basically 950. We inverse the gap, I get in. That is exactly where I get filled right there. And then stops at the SMT low. I had one full TP here, right? Instead of doing multiple, all of these and making less, I just did one full TP here in the middle of the range. This is too close to that was too far, so I did in the middle of the range, a full TP there. And then as you guys can see, everything fully played out. And it went even higher up. Right here, you guys can see the execution points. I literally bottom ticked it. I did not top tick it though. I continued going up, but it's okay. That is how you guys do it. You guys should watch these videos that I make for you. It's a lot of sauce that I'm dropping. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one. I'm out.